And we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Agents of the Nexus. I need to update the channel data on my dashboard because that's a thing I didn't do. Let me just... this. There we go. I did a thing. Cool. Twitch, I don't care about the highlighter update right now. Thank you. Okay. Now that that's out of the way. So, you may be wondering, just what is Agents of the Nexus? Well, I will show you. Hello. Let me make sure my... Is this working? Yes, kind of. Maybe. A little bit. I don't know what this thing is doing to my hands right now, but yes. Okay. Does this work? Is this working? Hello? Everything's breaking! This is fun. Okay. Alrighty. This is a Dungeons & Dragons campaign run in the 5th edition rule set. In future sessions, you may recognize some of the scenarios and NPCs and such, but we are starting off with just sort of a little introductory segment, if you will, in order to introduce our characters to each other and that sort of thing. I am the Dungeon Master. My screen name is Chronostrider. And let me bring in the rest of the party.
Reality? No? Okay. Oh, there it goes.
Hilarious.
I could see you talking, and I knew you were going to be doing something like that, but I went with it anyway.
Of course. The thing is... I kept a run-on sentence going, wondering if we would get to that point. As soon as I gave up, you had one more second.
Yes! Yes! Perfect! This is exactly what I wanted. I have no idea if my digital puppet is working properly. I don't think it is at the moment, but, you know, it'll do for now. So...
I can check to see if the stream is...
Oh, the stream's up. The stream is definitely up.
Whatever you do, don't cross it.
I was thinking the same thing!
We are in good company. Yes. Okay. So, I've already introduced myself as the Dungeon Master. What I would like to do is go down the line and have each of you introduce yourself. Screen names are fine, and also just a little bit about the character that you'll be playing. Let's go ahead and start with Prinny.
Of course you put me up front. Yeah, I'm Prinny. Call me that, plain and simple. I mean, this is gonna be my first D&D session, so just put me up front stage with no idea what I'm doing.
Yes.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
It's good.
That's right, my character. I am playing a Warforged Paladin named Knife. Because one day I felt, you know what? I could make my entire D&D catalog of characters out of cutlery.
I have a fun pun coming up, but we'll save that for later.
Just cut right to the chase then.
Uh,
Don't worry.
It's
Don't
begun
worry.
already.
My character doesn't make puns.
It has begun already.
Mine might.
You know, I'm cut to the quick by that.
On the bright side, at least he hasn't rolled up his bard yet.
Yeah.
Feel 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count.
Bard.
I was referring to name, but that'll do. Anyway, moving on to Shade.
Alright. I'm Shade or Shadeheart. I'm the old war dog of the group. I've been playing D&D for longer than some of our party here has been alive.
I take extreme offense to that, but I understand entirely.
Good. I mean, I'm playing Liam, a changeling sorcerer with interesting background. Don't ask questions. You don't need to know the answers.
Okay.
All right, and Tomed.
I am Tomed. This is going to be my 4th D&D session over, so I'll be asking a lot of stupid questions throughout the game here. I'll be playing Selena. Okay, both of us will be. This will be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll be playing Selena, a female tiefling cleric who grew up kind of cloistered in a temple in an all-human village, and she has really sunny, bright, perky disposition and loves animals.
Despite all the sacrilege and hate that she would get.
Well,
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean,
Depending on the human village.
Yeah, that's always a thing.
There's always going to be that one butt face.
Yes.
Yeah,
Always.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, before we go any farther, what's the age rating for this D&D session?
Let's try to keep it PG-13 at the absolute worst.
Okay, so we get 1 F-bomb.
I would prefer. I would prefer none.
Okay, F-bomb is now off the table.
Somebody get the taboo buzzer.
And it's gone.
I mean, I've got Sirenscape running. I could see if there's any sort of.
Has anybody?
I have a sad trombone. I might use that if necessary.
Has anybody besides Tomed and I seen the IT crowd?
He is thinking what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I have no idea.
I've only
We
seen
will
like
find
1
to
or
watch
2
it.
episodes, so.
We will find the scene
you did
and
watch
link it later.
And then the whole episode you need to watch is Jan the Frito.
Yes.
Okay, so for those watching, in case you're wondering why I'm slightly offset over here on the left side of the screen, I should have it set up. I would need to actually have someone confirm that for me. Over on the right-hand side of the screen. Right hand.
I'm pulling it up now.
Over there. Over there. Why is this not working?
I think that's the left.
Ah!
You're other right.
And then, okay. Hands. Okay, hands. Hand. That way. That way. Yes. Oh no.
And you're poking your eye out.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to use this.
Your other left.
This
Your other right.
This sensor is designed for VR headsets. How is it so bad?
Because they're going to release another one in like 2 months and they want your money.
Apparently. Okay. So, over there, I should have properly set up the D&D Beyond overlay for the stream so that anybody who's watching can actually pull in the party stats from the right-hand side of the stream window, and from there they can actually click on the individual characters to bring up a more detailed version of the character sheet. So for those people who are watching live, that is a thing. If this actually picks up and takes off, I may be looking at various ways to allow viewers to contribute to the insanity and chaos that is Dungeons and Dragons. But for now, we'll let the dice handle all of that. So,
It'll be fun.
Oh boy.
we begin in the city of Baldur's Gate. The three of you have found your way there for various reasons. I will allow you to determine what those reasons are. That stupid sensor. Okay, I will. I will allow you. I will allow you to determine what your reasons are on your own time. The reason each of you have found your way there is you have been contacted by an Archmage Ileana, and she wishes to speak with you in her home city of Oceanloft. And the most convenient place for the three of you to actually meet up and find a charter across the sea to Oceanloft is to meet up in Baldur's Gate, and from there you will basically get on a ship that has been chartered for you, and you will travel from there. So, you've been given the information of which dock to meet up at, and it is there that you run into each other. Who among you is most likely to show up first?
Probably me.
I'm going to say one of those two.
Well, actually, it might be Shade's character.
All right, it cut out for a minute. Repeat that. Which one of us? What?
Would be most likely to show up at the dock first?
Definitely me, for reasons we've talked about.
Okay. So, you're standing there. Maybe you could describe a little bit about what the others would see when they come up to the dock that you're to meet at.
Sure. You'd see a rather nondescript looking half-elf with gray hair, green eyes, kind of a medium build, and it's almost like he's not trying to surprise anybody, but he's not exactly in plain sight either. And he's just standing there in a kind of a loose shirt with a tight vest over it, and then regular old breeches.
Okay. And so, sounds like Selena would be the next to arrive. So, what would Liam see as you... how would you approach the dock, and what would he see as you show up?
Selena walks toward down the dock, looking all around, bright-eyed. She's wearing a brown cloak that covers her head, carrying a quarterstaff and a bag slung over her back, kind of humming to herself, looking around with interest.
So, would Liam possibly interact with her at all, or just keep to himself?
He stares and mutters something. Well, sometimes the sun is too bright, but it's occasionally nice to see it in people's attitude.
Is there anybody else on the dock at this point?
The usual dock business, sailors, doing, the various work on their ships and such. Actually, let me check on something here real quick. Just looking for passive perception numbers. I need to write these down for future reference. Okay. Okay, so Liam would probably be more likely to notice the ship that's docked at the place you were instructed to meet up doesn't have as much activity as the other ships around it for some reason. You can't really tell exactly what's going on there. But something seems a bit weird.
Alright. Do I see anything that might indicate that those who harp might be aboard?
You know what? Give me a perception roll.
Sure. That would be a 14.
Okay. The ship doesn't seem to have much in terms of signage or markings. You do see the name of the ship is the ISTAR. ISTAR.
Okay. All right.
And the only other marking that you actually see on the ship is this brand that looks like the letters A and I kind of fit together. So, like, the top bar of the I is actually the crossbar of the A.
Okay. All right.
Okay, capital I. For some reason, I was just imagining a lowercase I with capital A, and the I was just wearing a hat.
That's close. Yeah. Now that I think about it.
All right, Selena sees that and goes, "Huh, that's a funny mark." She wanders up to the nearest dockworker and says, "Excuse me, sir. Is this a ship to Ocean Loft?"
The dock worker kind of looks over the ship, looks at you, and he's just kind of like, actually, I don't know. Most of us came to work this morning and it was already parked there. There hasn't been a whole lot of activity on it at all.
Okay, well, that might be the right one. Well, thank you for your time. I'll keep looking.
All right.
She wanders along, and the half-elf and says, "Excuse me, sir. Ocean Loft too?"
Yes.
Oh, that'll be nice. Somebody else to travel with. Have you ever been away from the continent before?
You could say that, yes.
Oh, how interesting. This will be my first time away. I've never been on a ship before. It sounds like such fun. I've heard some people get seasick, though. I hope I don't. That doesn't sound very pleasant. I like fish, though.
Oh, God.
A lot of fish. It'll be a lot of fun. You don't seem very talkative, do you? But that's okay. Everybody's different.
So right about this time,
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
you hear the clanking of plate armor coming down the dock.
Wait, plate armor?
Isn't that what you're wearing?
No.
This is what I get for not studying the character sheets enough. What are you
I
wearing?
am plate armor. I don't wear it.
Fair. Fair. Okay.
Excuse you.
You know what? Screw it. Take inspiration for that. I'll mark it on your sheet.
That's awesome.
Alright, so what do these two see as you come walking, waltzing, plodding, sashaying, take your pick?
I don't understand any of those words, but let's roll with them.
Do you mosey?
What?
Vote for
Never mind.
clanking.
So what they would see, curious-eyed metal person, as best as I could describe it, wearing clothes probably 2 sizes too small. With a face that I can best describe as first day of a field trip.
Oh, that's great.
Just looking around the world, occasionally just slow twirling just to take everything in. He's gonna die.
You
Oh,
are
wow, he looks friendly.
actually okay. Hold on. Let me check your perception score.
12.
Okay,
I've got my character sheet up.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no one's being really discreet about it. You're getting a lot of stares from people. You kind of get the feeling that they may not have seen somebody that looks much like you in recent or distant memory.
Okay.
Seen armor like that before. Cool.
So, Liam stares hard at the walking armory. Size,
That's about right.
wonderful. Just wonderful.
Oh, you think it's wonderful? Do you think he's coming to Ocean Loft with us as well? That'd be nice. It's always nice to travel in a big group.
You're not being very quiet about this particular statement, are you?
No.
Okay, so yeah, Knife would hear Ocean Loft and be able to zero in on.
Selena doesn't do quiet very well.
As soon as I hear the word Ocean Loft, my attention just laser focus. And now I actually have an idea of where I'm going. As opposed to
Say
just
anything rude,
random.
did I?
No.
Wonderful.
I wonder if this is the right ship or not. We're the right dock.
I would hope so.
So,
He seems to know anything, though. Do you think they'd have a cargo manifest or a passenger list? Or there'd be a steward or dockhand or something, you know, that we'd know something about it.
Well, the
You
ship
guys are
just
awfully
seems
quiet, aren't you?
the ship just seems to be sitting there, just like it's waiting for something.
so Liam keeps muttering, shaking his head and going, wonderful. And maybe you guys might hear something along the lines of, what did I do, Tamora? What did I do? And
He seems cheerful. Doesn't have a very big vocabulary, though. Maybe he's just shy.
then he walks onto the ship.
Do the
It's
rest
right
of you follow?
Yeah, basically.
I shrug and skip up the gangplank.
Okay. So once the three of you are on the ship, the gangplank folds itself up automatically. And a quick look around, you don't see anyone on this ship besides the three of you.
This is my first ocean voyage, but aren't there supposed to be, like, worker people? Sailors and stuff to make the ship go? I don't know that much about sailing. Do either of you?
Wait,
The
you
ship
mean
the ship
ships don't
appears
fold up like this?
The ship appears to be weighing its own anchor and starting to move.
Sure hope
With
the ship
no-
knows where it's
with-
going, because I don't.
With no crew aboard, just the passengers. And best you can tell, you're the only passengers.
I hope this is the right ship. Hope the ship knows where it's going.
Give me an intelligence check
Oh.
real quick.
Me?
Everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody can if you want.
How would I go about rolling,
let's see.
actually?
And what do I add to that now?
Just your intelligence modifier.
Okay, that'd be the +1, right?
Yeah.
We'll roll
All right.
16 then.
How about you, Prinny?
I actually... what would I use to roll? Because I don't have physical dice.
Oh, you don't have physical dice? Okay, I'll go ahead and roll for you for now. We need to
You
get
can go to Google and type in roll d20.
Yep.
I mean, I could do that. D20 plus my intelligence modifier, which... unsurprisingly,
No.
just...
Before you tell me the number, you can take your d20 roll or mine. Take your pick.
Oh boy.
I should... you know what? As I try to figure out what this is even gonna... oh, wait, there's the... you know what? I'm gonna go with my own just because of how bad it is.
You could have had a 19, but what did you roll?
Rolled a 10. But
Okay.
because of my intelligence modifier, that's a 9.
All right, so
It felt more appropriate for my character.
so likely the most intelligent member of the crew rolled a natural 1.
Hey, Selena is very intelligent. She's just very perky and has no filter.
All right.
Okay. You know, I'm afraid I'm going to accidentally flip someone off because of this sensor, so I'm going to just unplug it and just use the face cam. It's like my hands aren't anywhere near the sensor, but the animation's just doing weird gang signs in front of my face. So
It's not the man.
And the show rating just went up.
stupid digital puppetry. Anyway,
That's great.
so
Wouldn't be
Just
sorry
on
with
that.
technical issues.
So Selena, you're fairly certain that the ship that was docked at that dock, that was the dock you were supposed to be at. Now, if I could get perception rolls from everybody real quick.
That is...
You know,
10.
I'm gonna use a different die.
Gee, I wonder why.
All right. 21. Much better.
That's just a D20 plus my modifier, or...
Your wisdom modifier plus 2 if you're trained in perception.
Not trained in
Which
perception,
I
but
am.
+2 would bring me up to 12 for total then. Fair.
Let's see.
So that is a 5. These dice are just hot tonight.
Yeah, I did roll you an 18, but okay.
We should start going with his rolls.
Of course, as soon as he does, that's when it'll be low. Just watch.
Of course!
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Okay, so Liam, you said 21?
Yep.
Okay. You do notice that as your ship is starting to depart from the dock and make its way out to sea, there is another ship that's moving to take over that dock space, like, almost immediately. As if it were just waiting for the other ship to vacate.
Uh-oh.
That is unusual.
Guys. Ship.
At this point, my character's just staring over the edge of the ship.
Edge of the water. I can't talk tonight. I looked over the edge where he's looking. There. What about the ship over there, though?
Huh? What?
It has
All right.
people on it.
Ships
Again, I'm no sailor, but
This is the
All
first
right.
time I've ever even seen a boat.
well, technically me too. But I've read lots of books and everything.
What's a book?
Oh boy, we are not going to get along well. The
All
temple
right,
had
so-
a huge library, lots of books, and I read almost all of them
Okay,
too.
I'm trying to.
And none of the books that I've read too, none of the ships ever sailed themselves by that. Although in a lot of the fairy tales, well, really more horror stories, horrible things like this happened all the time, and I really don't have a good feeling about this, guys.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
You can roll an Arcana check, or you can roll a History check.
I'm actually trained in Arcana, so. Okay, I'll take it. A natural 19, which makes it a 24.
Nice. Yeah, you can definitely tell that there is some serious magic going on, like, all over the ship. It's like, with a 24, you could probably tell that every function that would normally be handled by a sailor aboard this vessel is currently being handled by an unseen servant.
Whoa.
So that's like bad, right?
So, what the two of you would see is Liam's kind of looking around, kind of pacing around the ship a little bit, and then he suddenly stops, blinks, shakes himself a little bit. Well then.
Now, if you could make me a history check.
Me or
just-
everybody?
Just you. You are the only one who would possibly have any knowledge of this, given everybody's backstories.
Okay. Oh, come
Ah,
on.
there it is.
I'd have read it in a book.
9.
That sigil with the A and the I feels really familiar, but you cannot place it.
Boy.
Well, yeah, because it's on the side of the boat.
This is what they get for staying on adventure. Should have stayed in the temple, but no, I had to get a call from the goddess to go out and spread peace across the land.
You know a goddess?
I grew up in the temple, so yeah. And she gave me an explicit directive to come out and spread peace across the land. I really wish I would have came with some more instructions, so, where exactly to go instead of wandering around until we finally met that Ileana Archmage person. And I really wish that person would have given us some actual tickets, like the name of the ship and the captain's name and some, instead of just a dock number. That would have been really handy. Instead, we're stuck on this ship here, and there's nobody around. There's obviously some weird magic stuff going on, but I'm not entirely sure exactly what, because I never really ran into that about the temple, but I read about it in a lot of books, and this really doesn't look good, guys.
But if a magic person wanted us on a ship, wouldn't the ship be magic?
Not necessarily.
I facepalm.
I just look confused and then copy the facepalm, not knowing the purpose.
Oh, this is going to be a fun trip.
Oh, man. I love it.
Books, too.
All right, Let me
upgrade or something?
let me check something real quick here. Okay. Selena, you notice a pouch with a note attached to it that appears to be nailed to the wall next to a door leading to the interior of the ship.
Oh, hey guys, there's a note here. I really kind of didn't want to read it. Although with the scary magic and stuff, you really think it's a good idea to just kind of rip this thing right off the door? It could be a trap.
I'm already halfway towards it.
Hey, you want to stop? We should maybe play, guys. Right?
Nah.
The only thing we've got?
I lean over toward Liam. Can he even read? Not to be rude, but you know.
At this point, I just go towards the door itself. Like, I don't even see the thing on the side. I thought she was talking about the door.
Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble.
Don't.
Can I read the note? Can I read the note from here, or do I have to get closer?
It's like rolled up and kind of tied with a like the pouch has sort of a leather strap that ties it shut, and the note appears to be like rolled up and tied into the knot of the strap.
Okay.
This is probably a bad idea, but I lean over and nudge the pouch with the end of my quarterstaff.
There's a slight jingle to it.
Don't discount his kind. I indicate towards where knife went. They are stout and hardy and have, I've heard, make good companions.
Oh, I know he seems really friendly.
At this point, I
I
go.
never judge anybody based on just their appearance. I grew up in an all-human village, and people can be kind of mean about stuff like that, so I really try not to be. I'm just kind of scared at all this magic-y voodoo floating around, and I'm kind of worried that he might kind of into something, and then we might need him later. Note.
At this point, I'm already at the door, and instead of just, is there a handle to it, or?
Well,
He's gonna just walk right through the door, isn't he?
No.
I mean, it's not like there's a latch per se. It doesn't appear to be locked, but it is shut.
But is there something to, like, the doorknob? I guess is the best example.
The way the door's built, it looks like you would actually push it open.
Okay, then. I'm just observing the door right now. Trying to figure out how it works. Maybe a little poke.
Well, nothing's exploded yet. That's good.
Have at the note.
What was that?
I said, have at the note.
Oh well, might as well. Left the temple after all. Might as well keep going. I very gingerly reach out and pull the note out of the bag. Oh yeah, I wince as I do that too.
Okay. The note basically just says... The note says... So, you might be a little delayed arriving in Ocean Loft because of this, so you're going to need these.
Okay. So
You get the feeling that...
Right.
You get the feeling that these refers to something in the bag.
So maybe this is the right ship, man. Well, might as well let's see what's in the bag. Go open and peer inside.
There's 3 large they look kind of like coins, except all they say is admit one on one side and ISTAR on the other with that same sigil that was on the side of the ship.
Oh, well, that's not creepy at all, that there's exactly 3 of them and exactly 3 of us show up. Want one? I hold the bag out to Liam.
At this point, I'm still just poking at the door.
So I grab 2 of them, and I flick one at knife.
Flick one where?
At knife.
It just dinks off my head.
I could have at least handed it to him. Sheesh, that was kind of rude.
I don't. Like, I only notice the coin is there when it actually hits the floor.
Are you going to pick it up?
Yeah. And then start
Okay.
poking at that.
Okay, so you bend down to pick up the token that fell to the floor. As you do so, your head clonks into the door and it swings open.
Wait, it just clonks into my head?
Well, given that you were standing right by the door when you were poking it,
Forward. Head goes
Bending
forward as
out.
you go down.
yeah, bending over, you kind of clonk the door with your head and it swings open as you pick it up.
Then I just immediately look up at the door. That's how it works.
Are you
Oh,
seriously trying to imply you've never seen a door before this point?
I've never seen a door without a door handle.
I am, for once, speechless and just kind of blank.
Oh, this is great.
So the
I
door's
still end up
open.
picking-
The door's open and you're all just standing there.
At this point, I think I'd be the one to just walk into the door.
At this point,
Okay.
I'd be the one to let him go first.
Still have the coin in my hand, but... Yeah, at this point, I'm walking through the door.
All right. Inside, you've got a small windowless room. There is a slot in one wall, and to the right of it, there is a metal turnstile that leads to a hallway further into the ship.
Put a turnstile in the middle of a ship. That's just silly.
This one I know.
Uh-oh.
And I just then hop over the turnstile.
Hey! People do that at concerts all the time. It's very rude.
It's the wrong. You're thinking of the wrong kind of turnstile. This is more of the security kind. That's like a cage all the
Oh.
way up to the ceiling.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong kind.
I was too.
yep. Me 3. That's okay. All right. Huh.
Why is this
Well-
here? And why have we got these little coins? I've never heard of needing an admission ticket for a ship before. A ticket, sure, but an admission ticket or admission token thingy? This is just weird. And what's at this? I just gesture toward the turnstile.
Well,
Anybody?
you notice that to one side of the turnstile there is a metal
A slot
box
to
with.
put the coin in? Of course there is. This is the ship. It's not a concert or a security venue or a lecture on shoes we
Something.
have on ships. I don't know. Supposed to put the coin in here. We go through here, and I have no idea what's going to happen from there because I've never been on a ship before, and I've certainly never heard of having a security door on an abandoned ship. I'm a little bit scared to go through here. But we're at this point, and the ship isn't turning around, so...
Fortune favors the bold. I toss my coin into the slot and move through the turnstile.
I shrug, gently deposit my coin, give the box a nice little pat, and move through the turnstile.
I just stare at the coin, but I like it. And then with just a defeated look on my face, put the coin in the slot and follow.
All right, as Knife passes through the turnstile, a voice seems to emanate from a strange box in the ceiling. And
I jump and cling to the back of Liam.
And the voice is as follows. Thank you for participating in the ISTAR program. Please note, you may be held liable for damage to ISTAR facilities or employees. Please keep in mind that your training process will be monitored for quality control and training purposes. We are not responsible for any lingering injuries or trauma. If you experience an erection lasting for more than 4 hours, and then just a long string of legal disclaimers.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't say from where. I'm suddenly very nervous about this whole expedition.
And there's the hallway continues further down.
So, Liam,
I poke at the speaker with the end of my quarterstaff.
Liam kind of shoves you away a little bit, Selena away a little bit. Please don't.
Sorry, I was nervous. I've never heard of a disembodied voice come out of this. Well, unless you count my original vision from the gas, but that didn't come out of a box in the ceiling. No, that was more of a vision. You know, bright lights and goddess coming down. It wasn't really the same at all as this. It was just.
I tap Selena, Selena on the shoulder. What does liability mean?
I sigh. It means we're probably going to get hurt.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Well,
first I lose coin. Now I know we're gonna get hurt.
you know, Liam's a bit irritated.
Go ahead.
Liam's a bit irritated. So, right next to the... Yeah. He is grimly optimistic. But... so he's going to kind of... oh, wait. We're doing that a little different, aren't we? So he doesn't need to gesture. Suddenly a very rude sound kind of presents itself right at the speaker box, like right next to the speaker box in the ceiling.
Oh, that was rude.
But you guys wouldn't observe Liam doing anything. Just all of a sudden, there's another sound there.
I'm just commenting on the rude sound.
It's just, what kind of a rude sound?
Don't ask. You probably don't want to know.
Okay.
Kind of a...
Yeah.
Your raspberry could be something else. I don't want to know. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to move along the scary hallway.
All right, so you come to a door with a sign on it.
Another door. What could possibly be behind here?
With a sign that reads "Testing Room 1." Catchphrase.
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 No, we're not going to catch words. I mean, but I know there won't be a physical catching of words. At least I'm pretty sure. Maybe. We are on a ship that's moving itself. Talking speaker boxes, so who knows? Maybe there will be.
Well,
Who's going to be first? I look at Liam.
fortune may favor the bold, but it also favors the wise. Does anybody have any way of detecting or searching for traps?
Ooh! I know this one! And then I walk right forward.
Well, that'll work. Kinda.
So you walk into the door, it bangs open, and on the other side of the door appears to be a well-stocked tavern.
I was not expecting this.
But instead of people, everyone in the room is just like a mannequin, or like a training dummy almost. There's two at the bar. There's there's a mannequin holding a lute over by the fireplace. There's one dressed up kind of like an innkeeper behind the bar, and there's four of them sitting around a table with a half-finished game of cards spread out on the table amongst them. And there's a chandelier hanging from the ceiling. And as you enter, that same voice that you heard before pipes out of another speaker box and goes, "Interning with Acquisitions Incorporated is a rare and prestigious opportunity that requires more than just the ability to fight, perform magic, or disarm traps. AI interns must also be able to execute their duties with a certain degree of flair and style. In this room, you will demonstrate your ability to attack an enemy while using a catchphrase. You will be graded on originality and delivery." And in the back of the room there's another door.
Huh.
Are we supposed to attack one of the fake people? The other door at this point.
Huh.
It said do.
It's a game of insults, eh?
Maybe? Seems sillier than that, though, kinda. I'm kind of get this feeling of danger. Being odd giving a room full of fake people.
So is anybody gonna go first?
Nope.
Nope.
I just walk through the door to check for traps.
Trap detection 1 half.
So I just turn back to the other two. Okay, no traps.
I look at Liam and shrug.
Alright, well, Liam looks around and goes,
Oops.
I'm not ready to eat just yet. I need to observe some more. Feel free to go first.
Oh, not me. Hey, long ago in preschool, if you ever volunteer for anything and you look different thereabouts, all the other kids pick on you. So I'm gonna just sit back here and keep quiet and try and figure something out, because this is really weirding me out.
Are you okay, Shade?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I think your microphone might be picking up your heartbeat.
Picking up my heart.
It's either that or the semi truck's going fast.
It's very rhythmic.
Weird. All right, is it gone now?
It is now, yes.
Okay, strange. All right.
Yeah, it was
So,
just this.
Episode
It was this.
brought
It was
to you
this
by
rhythmic
Shade New
thumping, and it
Microphones,
was like,
sir.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the techno music I'm playing. Totally. All right.
The techno music is a heartbeat. Okay.
I've heard worse.
I've heard much worse.
So Liam's going to turn to the others and go, I would appreciate it if I could perform an experiment, but it might be dangerous if the two of you are in this room. Would you mind going out in the hallway and, Selena, please close the door.
Okay, that sounds like a very good idea. I duck quickly out the door, shove the knife out in front of me, and shut the door.
Except you happen to discover that there's no door from where you came in.
Hello. I'm quite certain there was a door there.
There was when you came in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through the door.
There might be a trap here.
I think.
Sometimes.
Okay, at that, Liam actually
Never
does
mind.
laugh. Very well. So, I'm going to go up to one of the mannequins and use my racial ability to alter form or change appearance to look like one of the dummies and say, come on, I make a better dummy than you do. Heck,
Ooh, he's a shapeshifter.
heck,
Shifter before.
Even-
I read about him.
even the poor metallic moron over there would make a better dummy than you would.
Hey, don't call him names.
That's not very nice. That thing was born a dummy.
Yeah,
And I blink at him with that.
and that tells you just how poorly any of these things do their job. And then Liam goes back to his other form. So.
That was a very strange experiment. You learn anything from it?
Nope.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what the DM says.
Well, nothing seems to happen. You do recall that the directive that you got from the speaker box was to attack an enemy while using a catchphrase.
You think we're supposed to shout some random word while we slap one of these guys or something? Totally. Go around randomly screaming things in the middle of a fight. I mean, not that I've seen that many fights, although I've ran away from people trying to attack me. They were more really screaming racial insults than catchphrases. That seems a little weird.
All right. Your turn. Your turn, Knife. Do something. Say
Maybe.
something. What? Say.
Maybe hit, random word while you hit one of these guys or something. See what happens.
There you go.
You want me to give you a word to yell?
I think I got an idea.
Uh-oh. So, by the way.
Yeah, and you can actually hear some gears turning in the head.
Not good.
Awesome.
At which point, I just pull out my double-bladed scimitar,
Whoa, where'd he pull that thing out of?
hammer space.
Yeah.
The character doesn't know about that, though.
I go up towards the one at the fireplace holding the loot. Ready my sword. And as I'm swinging it, say, knife to meet you.
I face palm again.
Roll an attack. Actually, I'll roll the attack for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask
you
how
hit.
that one.
You definitely hit. You slice the dummy in half, and the instrument, by the way.
There was an instrument?
Yeah, the one over by the fireplace was meant to represent a bard.
Wow.
And as the remnants of the dummy and its loot.
I heard loot as in a bag of stuff.
As the dummy and its instrument fall to the floor in pieces, you hear a ding. Very clever use. Very clever use of personal nouns.
What's
Oh
a
no.
noun?
The disembodied voice likes puns. We're doomed! Pun back at it or something. A random, well... I don't really understand the point of this, but I look around. Let's see. Random word, random word, random word.
At this
I
point,
reach
I'm
over,
just
grab a
over.
spoon.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
At this point, I'm just down at the dummy, trying to put it back together.
I kind of shrug, reach over to the nearest table, and randomly grab something off the table, which happens to be a spoon.
Yeah.
He saw it coming. Shrug, yell, spoon, as I slap the nearest dummy with my quarterstaff.
All right, roll me an attack.
Let's see here. This or with the attack dice for that weapon, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
3 and plus 1. Total of 4.
So the staff whiffs over the head of the dummy, but you still hear a ding. Well done. Very postmodern.
I missed that. Kind of a little nervous. Because I have much better aim than that, but okay. I'm kind of confused about the well done comment, though. That's weird. When I kind of incline my head toward Liam, perform this ridiculously silly action, the other door is going to open?
All right. So.
What kind of random word he's going to use?
Okay. Already.
Really?
I already have it. So let's see. I'm going to use my sling and hit the one of the random patrons, and as I release the sling stone, I'm going to say, "Would you please fork over the way forward?"
Roll me an attack.
That would be a 15.
You definitely hit. The head of the dummy kind of flops over and then falls off. And you hear a ding! Clever use of themed catchphrases. You may proceed. And then the door in the back of the room clicks open and swings to reveal another hallway.
Yep, the disembodied voice seems to like puns. We're doomed.
I'm still just trying to put the dummy back together.
Come on, knife. Let's go. We gotta go down this next hallway for some other
Hey,
ridiculous
I got this one. I know I have this one.
I don't think it matters at this point.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Although, None of this makes any sense, so what the heck? Why not? I'm sure.
Okay. At which point I just put the dummy down on top of the loot, which is also broken.
I'm going to take the loot with me.
And I pocket the
You're
and
gonna
I
take
pocket the spoon that I had too.
you're gonna take the loot that was broken in half with you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm taking that spoon with me too, by the way.
I mean, I'm not one to loot the bodies with this character, but it seems appropriate.
I think in this case you're actually de-looting the body.
Yeah.
All right. So as you move down the hallway, there's another door at the other end. The sign on this one reads "Testing Room 2, Treasure."
Huh.
Treasure's good, right?
The time.
Yeah.
Are you going to check for traps again?
Yeah,
Do
might
it.
as well.
Do it. Do it.
Just walk right through the door.
It bangs open. As you look inside, you see a fairly large open room. What's weird is actually...
One more time. You cut out in the middle of that.
Oh, sorry. Might need to adjust the sensitivity on my mic for future sessions.
Large something.
It's a large open room. Everybody give me a straight wisdom check.
Wisdom.
With my wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god.
13.
What was that?
3.
13 for Selena.
Okay.
3.
5. That die is retired for the night.
Dice jail, dice jail, dice jail.
Nice jail.
Yes.
I have one that does that. I'm seriously going to take it out to the anvil. And probably record a video.
So,
Do it, and put it up on the After Atlantis channel.
Do it.
So, Selena, you noticed something coming into this room. The distance that you've walked so far between the two hallways and the two rooms that you've seen so far,
Bigger than the ship.
you shouldn't be on the ship anymore. Based on the size of the ship and the size of the rooms and hallways.
Huh.
In case you weren't, already feeling really weirded out by this, oddball ship that's ferrying you across the sea, this is even weirder than that.
Guys, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Wherever Kansas is.
What's Kansas?
I don't know, but it's something I read
wrong.
in the book once.
Wrong reference. Wrong reference.
I read it in a story once. It was a really weird story. And this is feeling really weird. I'm getting a really bad feeling about this.
Okay, that reference works.
Yeah.
I was really hoping someone would go, it's bigger on the inside.
I haven't gotten a chance to.
I just put my hand on Celine's shoulder. It's probably just larger on the outside.
Sure, we'll go with that.
No, the reference was smaller on the outside, wasn't it?
Kind
I
of,
think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
guess.
actually
We're gonna go into this
given
room
your
and this door.
given your character, that line actually works.
Yeah?
Something like that, yes. And let me guess, we're gonna go through this door, and that door is gonna disappear too.
I just
Well,
look
as-
casually over the door.
as
that
you
we've
turn
all gone
around,
I'll
as you
wake
turn
up, I'll
around,
be back in my room in the temple. It's all gonna be just a bad dream.
what door?
Bad dream.
I think it's gone already.
Crack one eye
Well-
open and look at it, and then slam, then rapidly shut the eye again.
well,
Bad dream. Bad dream.
talk about your spare rooms.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, another fun.
So, large open room. At the far end, there's a dotted line painted in sort of a half circle. At the center of that half circle is a large box of some sort that's open at the top. And near the entrance where you guys are, in various different locations, you see a large open chest filled with what looks like bars of dwarven steel, a small table with some gold pieces scattered on top of it, along with several large sacks. Off to another side, there's a small mock-up of a wizard's lab with a table full of equipment and a bookshelf. Near that is a shelf full of small statues and jewelry. Towards the middle of the room, there's a large banquet table with food and expensive-looking cutlery. And on a far wall, there's a jeweled crown and scepter. And hanging from the middle of the room is a chandelier. So as you're looking over all of this, from a speaker box near the chandelier comes that voice again. Style isn't enough to pay the bills, and as an intern, you are partially responsible for the financial well-being of Acquisitions Incorporated. In this room, you will demonstrate your ability to quickly and efficiently gather treasure. You will have 1 minute to bring as much treasure as possible across the finish line. You will be graded based on value of materials acquired and ranked in comparison to the rest of your intern training group.
Huh.
So, after a couple of seconds, you also hear, "Your minute begins now." Everybody roll initiative.
Ooh. Ooh.
Let's see.
Because this is going to be way easier if I can get, like, order of operations for everybody. So, alright, that's I rolled a 10 for knife.
Okay, that works then.
We're going to hook you up with some actual dice here in the near future.
Yes.
Okay.
They sold everywhere. Stuff is sold.
13 was mine.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Alright, this makes it easy because I can just go right to left on my screen here as far as the order of your characters. So, everything is spaced out far enough that you can tell that it's going to take a full movement to get to any one of the treasure locations and another full movement to get from there to the hopper on the far side.
Okay. Good to know.
And for purposes of speed, since it's already like 7:30 here, I'm going to say you basically get a chance to grab one thing, and then we'll figure things out from there.
Okay. Liam goes over, grabs a couple of bars of the dwarven steel, and prepares to go to the hopper.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
Oh,
Strength
Great.
athletics.
okay.
It's dwarven steel, dude.
What does that have to do with anything?
Stuff's heavy.
Oh. Okay then.
Oh. An 11.
That's enough to pick up 1 bar.
Okay. Then 1 bar it is.
Okay. So, knife, what would you like to do?
You know, in the back of my actual head, I'm thinking about how stupid of an idea this is.
Go for it! I love stupid
the
ideas!
You know what I'm thinking.
On the other hand, this just fits.
I really hope it's what I'm thinking.
I use my whole movement to go to the box of gold coins, and I try to just pick up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, the table with the gold on it...
Table? I thought it was a chest.
Well, the chest has the dwarven steel in it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you're going to the table with the sacks and the coins?
Yeah. Just pick up the whole table.
Okay. Make me a strength athletics check.
How do I do... Hold on. Athletics. Okay, there it is. That is a 17 plus my modifier of plus 3. So 20.
Oh yeah, you can practically lift the whole thing.
That's what I'm going for.
My mouth dropped open.
So, you know what? Let me see here. Just checking on something. Okay. Selena, what would you like to do?
This whole time I've been looking back and forth between the crown and the books, and the crown and the books, and the crown and the books. I sigh and go grab the crown and the scepter.
All right. Okay.
Oh boy.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception. I am not skilled in that. I don't have that as a bonus to...
Look over on the
Passive
left.
wisdom perception 12.
There you go.
Okay. Give me just a second to pull something up here.
Oh joy!
Monster manual.
Famous last words.
Uh-oh.
Under... I think it's going to be under...
Mimic.
Yep, under oozes. Okay, okay.
Oh boy.
So... at the very last second, you notice that the crown and the scepter aren't actually attached to the wall. They seem to be hovering a couple of feet in front of it. And that's when you walk into the gelatinous cube.
Oh!
Oh.
All right, and let's see if this... that's an 18 plus 4. I think a 22 hits your armor class.
Yeah, armor class is 18.
Oh.
So...
I knew I should have gone for the books. Ew! Somebody get this off me!
Take 5 acid damage.
Oof.
Because I am not going to have you take full damage from this thing at level 1. That would be just cruel.
Yeah.
That here in my sheet thingy.
Go
I think I've got
ahead.
it.
Okay, go
5
ahead.
damage. That. Okay, there we go. I think I got it.
Okay. I can check in a minute. Make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
That one. 8.
Oh.
Ooh.
You you get engulfed.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Well,
So, since you were going for the Crown of the Scepter, and since you are definitely in the same space as the Crown of the Scepter, I'm going to let you make an attack roll to see if you can grab them.
Now, do I make an attack roll with the D20 or my D6 for my quarterstaff?
D20 because you're not rolling damage for this. You're just trying to grab
Gotcha.
something.
Okay. For crying out loud, really? Can I re-roll? It's
That
that bad.
that depends on whether or not Knife would like to spend his point of inspiration to give you advantage.
Well, it was a crit fail, so...
You know what? I just look over over my shoulder at him, or at her.
Yeah.
Give Celine a nod. Like, yeah, you got this. With no idea what's going on at all.
nice.
And that's my inspiration.
Okay. Go ahead and click off the inspiration box on your character sheet.
Done.
There. Go ahead and re-roll. See if you get what you need.
20.
15.
That's good enough. You actually managed to get a hold of both of them, but you're currently technically drowning in acidic jello. Liam, your turn.
Well, I see this. Well, I'm looking at things.
There is a floor here. It is definitely made of floor.
Yes.
Obvious exits are north, south, and Dennis.
How big is this room?
Large. So I would say if it takes 2 moves to get across the room, about 60 feet in diameter, maybe 70.
Okay. All right, that actually helps. Let me take a quick look at things.
Don't forget you have that dwarven steel thing in your hand.
Yeah.
The one ingot.
All right, so what I'm going to do is not so much that could be done, and not enough actions to actually do all of them.
Isn't that always the way?
Yeah. All right, I think instinctively what Liam's going to do is see the scepter and the crown, and hey, magical creatures sometimes are based on that sort of thing, or that could be the heart of that sort of thing. So he's going to cast Catapult on the scepter and crown, not realizing that Selena is holding on to it. Are you going to allow that?
Okay. You know what? I let me look up that spell. Kess has it on Maria in the other campaign, but I am not that familiar with it yet, so just need to look it up.
I'm already.
If you go to my character sheet,
Oh yeah, duh, that's a thing.
I've already Google searched it if you need me to explain it. I don't understand half of it.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
here, and it's like, oh yeah, I can
There
just
we go.
click over here and it brings up. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's a thing that exists. Brings up Google anyway.
Okay. Selena, give me a strength saving throw.
All right, so that's going to be which die? Sorry.
D20.
A D20 plus your strength modifier.
Well, the
D20.
saving throw modifier might be. I'm not sure. If
Well,
clerics
do
are
I actually
proficient.
have to make my spell attack or not?
Was it a spell? Yeah, give me a sec.
I'm pulling it back up.
If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving.
I'm asking for a strength saving throw to see if she can hang on while they go catapulting out.
Okay. Okay. Make
What
it.
is my which one's my saving throw modifier?
I looked at your sheet. It's +1.
Plus one. Okay, that's
Yep.
going to be a total of 10 then.
You know what? Good enough.
Good.
So, the gelatinous cube practically explodes as the crown, the scepter, and the tiefling holding on to both is hurled from within its jello mold form across the room. Where were you aiming, by the way?
Something soft.
Table
Were
of
you
food.
were you aiming to drop them in the hopper?
You know what? Yeah, actually, I probably was. Well,
Okay, so she goes sailing out of the gelatinous cube, trailing acidic ooze as she arcs through the air and slam dunks the crown and the scepter into the hopper.
yes.
And all you can see are like a pair of legs and a dress kind of hanging out the top for a minute. And you hear a ding.
Well. I'll just stand here for a minute.
Okay. Were you gonna walk over to the hopper
I'll
with
walk-
your bar dwarven steel?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
And
Free
I'll
action, just
calmly
drop it in.
deposit it. Yes.
Yeah, that's a free action. So you hear another ding. By the way, that first ding, the
Yeah?
crown and scepter disappeared from Selena's grasp.
Oh boy.
So, Knife, what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna put the whole table with all the gold coins into the hopper. Like, literally everything that just happened, literally and mentally, went over my character's head.
All right. And
So all the gold coins, the pouches
Table.
of gold, and the table.
And the table.
And the table.
and you hear a ding, and then the ticking timer that has been going the entire time stops, and you hear sort of the whirring of gears, and
Are you thinking again?
No.
there's a slot, sort of a kind of a cup placed below a hole in the wall near the hopper, and
All right.
you hear Tallying results. Third place, Liam, with assist. And from the slot drops a bronze medal with, what looks like a freshly etched great teamwork on the front of it.
Okay.
Second place, Knife, and a silver medallion drops from the slot. This one has engraved on it
The table.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Nice.
And then first place, Selena. And out drops a golden medallion with sweet dunks engraved on it.
Worst nightmare, and all I get's a stupid medal. Anybody seen a shower?
I think there was one outside.
Someone's underwater again.
Speaking of showers.
There we go.
I was typing.
Okay.
So I guess add the medal to the inventory, or...
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
How do...
Sweet dunk. I love it.
I guess custom item?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Silver, metal... symbol of table.
Yeah, I can just see sometime in the future, if Knife could have descendants. This is a family heirloom. A family heirloom. This is the medal of table.
Oh god, I just realized how that would work. They're all cutlery. Sit on a table. I wasn't even thinking of that.
Okay.
All right. So as you're all, looking at your medals, the door behind the hopper clicks open, and you hear, "Thank you for completing the first half of the ISTAR facility program.
F?
The
I
remainder,
don't want to be eaten by another gelatinous monster.
the remainder,
Vicky.
the remainder of your training will take place at an Acquisitions Incorporated facility in an affiliated city, such as Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, or places further north on the Sword Coast, such as Neverwinter. Feel free to report to any such facility when you are ready to finish your intern selection, training, and ranking. In the meantime, feel free to rest up on your way to Ocean Loft. Have a pleasant trip." And there's actually a fairly nice bunk room on the other side of this door to give you a place to wash up, get some rest. Possibly, looks like there's some...
Shower? Please let there be a shower.
There's a wash basin. Yeah, you're fire resistant, not acid resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it looks like the ship wasn't really built to handle the entire run of the training program. So if you perhaps inadvertently stumble into a facility in the future, that'll probably be the rest of your training for the Acquisitions Incorporated internship that you have been unwittingly roped into because somebody found out what ship you were supposed to be on and parked their ship there instead.
Thanks, whoever that was.
And I believe that will be it for our first session. Well done, everybody.
Wait, so this is a
Yay!
normal boat?
Sorry, what?
This isn't a normal boat?
What was
My
your first
character's
clue?
only now getting the hint.
Yes, think
Sometimes.
You think?
normal boat. It's far from a normal boat. Normal boats don't have icky giant jello cubes. Ugh.
You know, it took me most of the session. I'm thinking a little slower than normal. It took me most of the session to realize what the stupid sigil on the side of the ship.
I mean, I started name dropping Acquisitions Incorporated as soon as the speakers turned on.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I got that much, but wait, AI. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in case anyone isn't already familiar, this is actually an adventure that Patrick Rothfuss put together for one of the official stage shows for Acquisitions Incorporated several years ago.
Okay.
And so here's the behind the scenes of this. I watched that original show. Then I listened to another D&D podcast that was running through the Dragon Heist campaign, which, spoiler, is what I'm going to be running you guys through in a couple of sessions, starting once I actually get you to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
And they had a little side quest because one of the main players couldn't show up for a week. So they did a little side quest where they ran those guys through the same ISTAR facilities thing, but this time, instead of it being the Acquisitions Incorporated characters discovering that Viari was running this thing on the side, it was the Open Lord of Waterdeep going, hey, these Acquisitions Incorporated guys are running this thing over on this side of town. Could you go check into it, make sure it's not super dangerous, because we've had news of disappearances in that area.
Oh, boy.
And so my headcanon is that after that point, Omen Drawn got wise to the fact that the government was looking into ostensibly his facility, and so he figured the best way to handle that would be to take the facility and put it on a boat. Because because maritime law. And so that's what boat you guys were on.
Okay, then.
And that is literally only half the adventure, but it's starting to run late, so I didn't want to keep you guys too late, especially for the first session. But yeah, that's only like half of it.
Anything else to do?
Yeah. So that's only like half of it, and the rest of it is going to be sprinkled in somewhere in the future. I'm not going to tell you when, but you'll know when it happens.
Okay.
So
here I was just thinking somebody played Portal one too many times.
Oh! Trust me, I have. I think Kess has actually played it more than I have. To be completely honest, she loves those games.
Well, at first that's what I thought too, that it was a portal thing. But oh man,
So yeah, how's it feel to run through a D&D session that was initially designed by a fellow fantasy writer, guys?
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
that was awesome. That
Yeah,
was
I'm
great.
gonna say
I tried to put my own
go
little
ahead.
spin on it because I kind of wanted to, like, I didn't want to push you in, but I didn't want to make it easy for you guys to just kind of like turn around and nope out. So
My
Yeah.
character totally would have.
Well, Liam should have known better based on his history, but he was a little distracted by seeing the freaking Warforged.
Hello.
yeah, when you botch that history check towards the beginning, I'm like, oh, this makes it even better. Because he doesn't know what he's getting into.
That's wonderful. I love it.
So
just want to point this out, but the original idea I had in my head for that treasure room was to pick up the chest of the dwarven iron.
Yeah.
that would have taken well over a DC 20 to do.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, when I saw he was only able to, when Liam was only able to hold one, that's when I kind of wised up.
Yeah. So for just for records keeping, obviously you're not going to earn this money, but the dwarven bars were worth 20 gold each. The table with the sacks and the coins, the sacks were just copper pieces and sand.
Of course they would be.
So there was 4 sacks. They were worth 30 gold each. The table itself was worth 100.
Nice.
So the table is worth almost as much as the copper pieces in the sacks.
awesome.
Beautiful.
The crown and the scepter, on the other hand, were worth 2,000 gold combined.
Wow.
Hence the rankings there at the end.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense now.
Well, okay, so what I was thinking, now that we're out of the game, officially for the night, what I was thinking is this was one of those tests of character type things. What do you value? And my thought was, iron is always valuable. There are even times gold isn't valuable. Same thing with jewels. And knowledge in the wrong hands is very much so the opposite of value. So I took the iron. That was the thought, but
turns out this is Acquisitions Incorporated, and cold hard cash is the currency of the day. So
I should have gone with a bard. But I wanted to be easy on you for your first real DM experience.
But I cut
do
the bard in
appreciate
half.
that.
Yeah, my character's I really like books, but the disembodied voice did say something about value, so that's why she went for those. And right now she's thinking I should have took the books.
Yeah, as soon as you said you were going for that, I'm like, oh yes. Because both of the sessions of this adventure that I've watched or listened to, somebody went for that crown and they got stuck with that stupid gelatinous cube. So this makes 3 for 3. I love it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
My
our
character.
character's taking a long rest right now, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to count as a
Your
long
two
rest.
All right, I'm gonna click that button then.
Actually, pretty for you, it would still count as a long rest, even though you're not actually technically sleeping. So So I believe that's going to be it for this introductory session of Agents of the Nexus. I think we've got a good feel for how this campaign's going to go now, and I love it.
Yes.
I was going for action comedy, which is why I decided to make this the introductory adventure.
Well, if you're going for action comedy, this character is the perfect one for you then.
Excellent.
We've got the timid tiefling, the oh my god, what are you doing here, Warforged? And then Liam.
I make the Liam makes the perfect straight
Great
man.
guy.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, am I allowed to multi-class?
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, good, because I'm eventually going to go for Ranger / Beastmaster, and then finish
that'll be
leveling up in
interesting.
Cleric.
Like I said, Disney princess.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, my
Just
headset's acting.
Wait till we encounter an animal. So this is going to get fun.
My headset's about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream down for now. We will be back in 2 weeks. We're going to try to do this every other Friday night, and we'll actually get to Ocean Loft, and I will get to introduce this beautiful city to you that I have had in my head for almost 2 decades.
Yay.
Hey.
This
So
is Ocean
thanks
Loft.
to everybody